Trinidad's oil company appeals in an injunction blocking it from proceeding with restructuring. And in sport, Brittany Cooper recalled to West Indies women for the T20 World Cup. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, October 10. I'll be back with the details after the break. Trinidad and Tobago state-owned oil company Petrotrin has officially filed its appeal against an injunction stopping it from terminating workers as it moves to close the refinery. Lawyers for the company filed the appeal yesterday afternoon and are awaiting a date for a hearing. On Monday, the Industrial Court granted the injunction filed by the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, the OWTU, until the hearing of a matter in which the union alleges that Petrotrin committed an industrial relations offense by failing to consult with it before taking the decisions to close the company and send home about 5,500 workers. In addition to appealing the injunction, lawyers for Petrotrin have put a gag on company chairman Wilfred Espinay, who made controversial statements about the court following its injunction decision. We get more from CNC3's Kamal Georges.
At the end of this month, while the appeal was being filed, the attorneys have also muzzled Chairman Wilfred Espinay. During an interview on CNC3 last evening, Espinay criticized the ruling. But during an interview on a local radio station today, he went further, saying that both the Industrial Court and the idea of trade unions are outdated and, quote, out of touch. In a telephone interview with Guardian Media following that interview, Espinay said he can no longer speak on the issue of the Industrial Court or its decision, as it could be seen as contempt. But earlier, he said the court was structured and given laws for a different time. Well, here he is. The court should be reviewed in terms of today's environment. He told the station he would have held the same view if the ruling was in Petrotrin's favor. As it relates to the appeal that was filed, Petrotrin is claiming that the Industrial Court erred in law as it had no jurisdiction to grant the injunctions. Attorneys claim industrial relations offenses are criminal offenses and therefore do not attract injunctive relief. You can read.
St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris says joining the Trinidad-based Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, is not a priority for his government. Speaking on local radio, he said Cabinet will perhaps consider the matter at a more proficient time. Harris said, quote, "At this moment, I think there is a sense that the Privy Council is favored by the national community," end quote. St. Kitts Nevis is among CARICOM countries that have signed on to the original jurisdiction of the CCJ, but only Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and Guyana have made it to their final appeals court. Harris told radio listeners that the issue of replacing the Privy Council with the CCJ is an issue that his country will someday have to confront, but it does not have to be just yet. The Prime Minister said when that time comes, it would have to be put before the people for them to decide. Meanwhile, when voters in Antigua and Barbuda go to the polls on November 6 to decide whether to make the switch, they will have an updated question to answer. Earlier this month, the Antigua and Barbuda Electoral Commission issued a statement indicating that voters would be asked if they approved the Constitutional Referendum Amendment Bill 2018 for an act to alter the Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda. but the question has been criticized by some who have pointed out that the question makes no reference to either the Privy Council or the CCJ. Speaking on a radio program, Supervisor of Elections Lorna Simon said the Electoral Commission had taken note of the concerns raised and the question has since been amended. It now reads, do you approve the Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda Amendment Bill 2018, which is a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda to terminate Her Majesty in Council, also known as Privy Council, as the final court of appeal for Antigua and Barbuda, and to replace it with the Caribbean Court of Justice, also known as the CCJ. The vote needs a 2/3 majority saying yes to succeed. And electoral officials in Grenada say 79,397 people have registered to vote in that island's CCJ referendum, which happens on the same day. The Parliamentary Elections Office said voters would be required to answer yes to no or no to the question, do you approve the bill for an act proposing to alter the Constitution of Grenada, cited as Constitution of Grenada, Caribbean Court of Justice, and renaming of the Supreme Court Amendment Bill 2018. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Dominica's World Creole Music Festival in 2018, October 26, 27, 28 at the Windsor Park Stadium in the capital city, Roseau. 3 nights, over 8 genres, 40 years of independence, 1 location, Dominica, the 20th edition of Dominica's World Creole Music Festival. For more information, like our Facebook page, Dominica Festivals. Visit our website, www.dominicafestivals.com for all travel, accommodation, and ticketing details. My love, my home, my Dominica. Building a resilient nation. See you there! Proudly sponsored by the Government of Dominica and Discover Dominica Authority.
Stroke maker Brittany Cooper has been recalled for the West Indies' defense of the ICC T20 Women's World Cup title in a 15-member squad announced today. The experienced right-hander has been joined by 23-year-old batsman Chanel Henry, who has returned following 3 years in the wilderness, while uncapped off spinner Shanita Grimman keeps her place in the squad after being called up for the just concluded 5-match series against South Africa. Selectors have dropped left-arm pacer Kiana Joseph and uncapped slow-medium pacer Karishma Ramarak, both of whom were included for the South Africa series but did not feature. The squad retains the core of the championship side from 2016, with former captain Marissa Aguilera, Deandra Dottin and Hayley Matthews headlining the unit, which will be led again by Stephanie Taylor. West Indies will do battle in Group A alongside the powerful England, South Africa, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, while Group B comprises 2016 losing finalists Australia, New Zealand, India, Pakistan and Minnows, Ireland. And Trinidadian Praveen Badri took the honours at Century Downs on Monday when he combined with hot favourite Escape Clause to win the $50,000 Canadian Lane Chuniwad Founders Distaff Handicap Horse Racing. Now up against the 3-year-old and upward fillies and mares over 1 mile and 16th, Badri took the 4-year-old bay filly to the wire in a time of 1 minute 44.90 seconds to win by a crushing 10 3/4 lengths. Badri stalked with Escape Clause while Sail On, By and Port Protection remained in contention with the remainder of the field closely bunched. And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.